Hello, I'm Stephen Ring, and today we'll be going over the missing link, blockchain for digital credential tracking and reporting. What is the missing link in education? Currently, there's a divide between skill tracking and grading. As you can see with this picture, skill tracking allows us to track the progress of a student almost as if it's a roadmap. This allows us to foster more equitable outcomes and giving the support to students who need it. This also allows us to accurately store and track digital credentials while making them easy to view from students and from potential employers. This also allows us to rapidly verify these credentials by all parties concerned. What is blockchain? Blockchain is a digital ledger comprised of blocks beginning with the Genesis block. And the Genesis block is where a credential or a skill earned is recorded, along with a nonce, a Unix timestamp, and a unique hash. Following the Genesis block is block 1, where it has the credential or skill earned, a nonce, Unix timestamp, the previous hash, in this case from the Genesis block, and it also generates a new hash. Block 2 also contains data such as credential or skill earned, a nonce, Unix timestamp, previous hash, in this case from block 1, and also generates a new unique hash for block 2. All of these are linked together through algorithmic encryption, and each one verifies the one that comes after and the one that comes before. Blockchain in pop culture has seen a rise recently, especially in cryptocurrency such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, or more recently, Dogecoin. It's also been in the news with non-fungible tokens, or NFTs, which are often digital pictures or art created by artists that are able to be easily verified and sold through the use of blockchain. In pop culture, the perception of blockchain always seems to be around Bitcoin, and they seem to be used interchangeably, and that is not the case. Why are credentials important, especially in the education landscape today? In the past, we've always used a diploma to measure student achievement. Now, we're able to capture student achievement in digital micro-credentials. Digital micro-credentials are able to capture student ability in ways that grades are not able to do. This allows for development of a more equitable landscape. As you can see with this quick infographic, digital badges, certificates, and diplomas can be used interchangeably. In career and technical education, micro-credentials can be used for parts of a program. This allows the student to emphasize on the skills that they want to develop, and it allows us to track the skills. While not all students will excel in one portion of a class, there are portions of a class in which a student will far outrank anyone else, and this allows us to capture that. Most importantly, this allows us to show student development by skill tracking through time. And although we're talking about education in a career and tech center, this has implications beyond graduation. We can now transition from career and technical education to apprenticeships. The school-to-career transition has been a gap that's been addressed in numerous literature. We'll be able to take what's needed in the field and align it with the curriculum that we are currently teaching. This ensures that job skills needed are job skills that are taught. This also allows for the development of robust credentials that are recognized not only in the school environment, but also in industry. A big issue is that there's a unified framework and tracking is needed. For example, there's a vast difference between what's required in a merit shop and what's required out of union training. How can blockchain work for tracking? In this infographic on the screen, you can see where we start with the instructor. The instructor is able to track student progress and produce the records. The records go off to administration, which in turn endorses the records. The endorsed records enter into the blockchain network. At this point in time, the academic records are now accessible by the graduate of the program. The graduate of the program can provide a link for verification to an external entity, such as an employer or higher education. The external entity is able to request from a verification server, which in turn communicates with the blockchain network, and the credentials are able to be verified. How can blockchain benefit credential earners? Blockchain allows for security. It's easy to access through use of a digital wallet. It's easily verified. This is through a private and public key. It allows demonstration of marketable skills that an employer is looking for. And they're difficult, although not impossible, to forge. How can blockchain-based credentials benefit employers? The credentials can be specific through industry partners. They allow for verifiable proof of a candidate's particular skill set. It makes it easy to identify gaps for training and professional development. It can target candidates for specific jobs outlined by skill. And they are easy to access. What's the significance for credential earners? Digital credentials create a more accurate conveyance of the skill set that the credential earners possess. It allows confidence to be built in the credential earner's abilities. It allows the credential earner to become empowered. And they may also seek training to level up. Is this currently being used? Currently, it's being used at the University of Zurich blockchain, Academic Records Verification System, and the Open University Knowledge Media Institute in the United Kingdom. Here's more examples of where it's being used. As you can see, it's being used throughout Europe, the US, Singapore, Japan. In conclusion, blockchain can be a viable path forward to track student progress through micro-credentials. It can be beneficial for career and technical education and workforce development through capturing skills. Blockchain is secure, fast, reliable, and empowers ownership. Blockchain fosters equitable outcomes through tracking of digital micro-credentials. Blockchain also allows for the measurement of skills instead of the measurement of grades. Are there any questions? Please let me know, and thank you for your time. Here are references used throughout the presentation. For the title slide image, the following link. For the background image on the following slides. For the equity image on slide 2. For the tracking image on slide 2. For the slide 8 infographic. The source for slide 9. And the following sources on slide 12.